What's good with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Lotto, and we back at it. Friday night. Why not? Why not post on a Friday night, my nigga? Perfect day to do it. Hope y'all are tuning into this. Let's kick back. Third take. Come on, man. First thing we want to get into, Bucks and Celtics series. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this has been one of the best series, my nigga. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I thought the Bucks and Brooklyn series was gonna be great, but we all know how that went. So, but this Bucks and Celtics series, this should feel like the finals. Like, these two teams is going at it. Like, every game is close. Every team's supporting cast, every team's star players is playing great, playing amazing. It's a great series. But Giannis is the best player in the league. That's what I want to say. Giannis is the best player in the NBA. I don't want to hear about no LeBron. I don't want to hear about no Embiid, Curry. I don't want to hear about none of that. Giannis is the best player in the NBA. The dude has Mamba mentality. You want to talk about players that carried the Mamba mentality after Kobe? Rest in peace. It's Giannis. Giannis has that Mamba mentality. The dude plays hungry every single night. He plays like he has something to prove every single night. He always shows up to the plate, no matter who he's going against. You know all these games that has passed by. You know these whole playoffs, the Celtics and the Celtics coaching staff, players and coaches. You know, night in and night out, they're watching film. They're trying to make adjustments. They're trying to figure Giannis out, trying to run different defensive schemes to figure Giannis out, and they can't do it. Every game he picks them apart. Every single game, it never fails to assert his dominance. Like they have no answer for him. He's always, every series that he plays in, for the most part, every game he's the best player on the floor. And he puts up numbers in every single category. He puts up mad points, rebounds. He gets assists. He gets blocks, steal. He does it all. Like, he does it all at a high caliber. He's usually the best player on the floor in every aspect except shooting. If you realize that, you ever realize that? When it comes to everything on the floor, besides shooting, if Giannis is on the court, he's the best player at all of that. And you could say passing too. Besides shooting and passing, he's gonna be the best player on the floor at everything. So it's just nothing you can really do with him. And especially if he wins this chip, because I got the Bucks going back to back. Now that Brooklyn's out, if the Bucks go back to back, he's for sure the best player in the league. You can't say nothing about that. Like, nobody can stop him. He's super consistent. He works hard as hell. He's a champion. Like, he's the best player in the league. Come on. Next thing, let's talk about Drew fucking Holiday, bro. I'm not talking about nobody on the Celtics. The Celtics, go hold these out. I don't mess with the Celtics because they got my boys out of there, and they're getting killed now. But Drew Holiday, oh my gosh. Now, I just said Giannis is the best player in the NBA. That might be a little bit of a hot take, what you want to call it, but what I'm about to say next, really gonna be a hot take. Drew Holiday is a top 5 point guard in the NBA. Drew Holiday is a top 5 point guard in the NBA. I don't care what nobody says. Sorry. Because this dude is one of the smartest players I've ever seen in my life. Like, this dude always knows when to make certain passes, when to poke at the ball for a reach, when to go up for a block on a player, when to press up on him at the right time. His defensive IQ and his offensive IQ is so good. He knows when to do what at all times, what shot to make, what shot to take. Like, he just always makes the right play. The other day I was watching them, the Bucks and Celtics was playing. The dude drove to the basket, got 2 people on him. He jumped in the air, spun, act like he was gonna go for the layup. As soon as both of them jumped, threw the lob last second. Giannis, like, his IQ was just so fucking good. Like, that was in the clutch too. Like, his poise, you can't speed him up. You can't do nothing with him. He always knows when to make the right play. He's like a LeBron in a smaller body. Like, the dude is so fucking smart. And on top of that, he plays defense. On offense, he's smart as hell. He come off the pick and roll, make great decisions. He hits shooters at the right times. He could shoot the ball. He could drive to the basket. He got the spot up shot. He got a pull up, come off the screen. He could mix you up. He got a handle, and he's so poised. Like he has such control. Like even back in his Philly days, like he's always been such a poised and great player. And he was underrated. But now that he has a chance to shine with a good team, he got Giannis on his side. Now people are starting to see it. I remember like a while ago, Max Kellerman used to always say that in order to win, you have to have a very good big man and a guard that's just as good as him. What do the Bucks have? Giannis, a very good big man, a guard, Drew Holiday, that's almost as good as him. I won't say he's just as good as him. That's why I said almost. He's so good. And the reason I put him in the top 5 is because he has everything on the offensive package. He can give you everything when he wants to. Just because he doesn't go out and get 30 and he doesn't shoot 20 shots a game doesn't mean he's not a great offensive player. He could do it all on offense. He just chooses when to do it because he knows when to do it. He knows when. He has poise. He has smart decision making. So, yeah. Drew Holiday. Oh, yeah. The reason I put him in the top 5 is because he has the complete offensive package. And he's one of the best defenders in the league. He straps the fuck up, bro. Did you see what happened last game? Marcus Smart, the defensive player of the year, got shown who should have been the defensive player of the year. Marcus Smart drives, goes to the basket, tries to go for a double clutch layup. Guess who sends that shit? Drew Holiday. And this is why I say he's so goddamn smart. Because not only did he send that shit, he had the quick reaction time. He didn't even think. The ball was about to go out of bounds after he blocked it. He jumped, caught the ball, and threw it off of Marcus Smart. Bucks ball. So not only did he get the clutch-ass stop with less than a minute to go, he got them the possession after that. He's such a smart and good, complete player, man. And then after that, what the Bucks do, they get 2 points, go up 3. Celtics got no timeouts. They come down the court, try to get a 3. Marcus Smart drives down. Guess who strips him? Guess who had perfect timing, like I said, knows when to poke at the ball, and has great defensive IQ. Guess who fucking ripped his ass? Drew Holiday. Ripped that nigga clean, bro. Took the ball, just dribbled it out. Game over. Sealed it. Like, come on, man. The dude could do it all, and he's one of the best defenders in the league. Best defender by far as a point guard. He got size. The dude is 6'4", lengthy. Like, come on, bro. He got it all. Now, let's move on for that because I already took so much time on that. But Mavericks and Suns. This series is great, too, because this is another one where they're both going back and forth. It hasn't been as close because there's been a lot of blowouts, but, I mean, back and forth in terms of teams is taking care of business. Both teams haven't lost at home. Luka is a dog, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, he don't back down. Devin Booker is one of the most trash-talking players in the league. And every time the Suns is home and they beating up on the Mavericks, Devin Booker's coming at Luka, talking shit in his face, and Luka don't back down. Luka's going right back at him, talking shit, getting his buckets. And they clearly have no answer for Luka. Like, it's so crazy how, like, he's so young and he could handle all the shit talk. He don't back down from nobody. Like, come on, like, it's so easy for a nice player in the NBA from the hood talking shit, talking crazy to a white boy on the court. Usually they gonna back down. Like, imagine like Kevin Garnett talking shit to Mirza Teletovic. Mirza Teletovic probably, actually I won't even say that because he's hard too. He be talking shit too. But let's say like Kevin Garnett was talking shit to like Pablo Prigioni. Like, that dude is going back down. He's not gonna say nothing. He's not gonna go back at him, and he's gonna be mentally out of the game and not do shit. But Luka, on the other hand, that dude gonna talk back to Kevin Garnett, and he gonna give him 40 without even caring, easily too. And he's another one like Drew Holiday that is just so smart and poised and knows when to do what, and you can't speed him up. Like, it's crazy. Luka's that guy. And Devin Booker's that guy too, because Devin Booker be taking care of his business, and he be doing what he got to do. And this next game that they got, Game 7, I don't know who's gonna win, man. Actually, I got Phoenix because the Mavericks supporting cast don't do shit when they're in Phoenix. Reggie Bullock had like 16 points in Game 4, and then in Game 5 in Phoenix, nigga had 0. Dorian Finney-Smith had like 22 in Game 4 at home. Game 5 in Phoenix, like 4 points. Like, they don't do shit. It's only Luka, so I feel like it's gonna be the same thing in Game 7. It's only gonna be Luka that goes off, and then the Suns is gonna take advantage. But one thing I will say though, the Mavericks have been playing good defense on Chris Paul, so if they could find a way to limit Chris Paul and not let Devin Booker go off for 40, which I think might happen, because I think Devin Booker's gonna go off because Luka was talking crazy at home and it's an elimination game. But if the Mavericks can keep doing what they're doing on Chris Paul and not let Devin Booker get 40, get like 25, they can pull it off. But we gonna see what happens. Philly and Miami. Harden, man. Let's have a moment of silence for James Harden real quick. Like, what the fuck happened, bro? What's good with boy? Like, we get you're a facilitator, bro. We get you could put the ball on the floor and make plays, but score a bucket, bro. Be consistent, man. I used to be good at... Bro, like 3 years ago when Harden was on Houston, he was in my top 5 favorite players. Harden was one of my favorite players in the league, favorite players ever. I used to rave about him, talk crazy, say he was one of the best players ever, one of the best scorers ever. Nobody could fuck with him. And he's a lefty like me, so I love the guy. But, bro, not only did he fuck KD over, not only did he leave KD flat and dry, that's really why I don't fuck with him, because he left KD. I don't fuck with that shit. Like, you just gave up. You could have stuck with us. I know our situation was bad this year, but you could have stuck with us. We ended up getting Kyrie full time anyway. You was impatient and tried to run to Philly and still fell off and still ended up not winning, still getting bumped, still playing like shit. So fuck you, you got what you deserve. But back to what I was saying before, like, he is just not the same dude, man. Not only did he leave Brooklyn and leave KD flat and dry, he goes to Philly and stinks it up, bro. He's not the same player. He don't get as much foul calls. He don't get separation when it comes to his step back. He don't shake dudes anymore. Like, it's like he does the same shit he was doing in Houston in terms of moves, that same little size up that he does, cross between the legs, same step backs, same trying to drive to the basket, grab elbows, but he does it slower now. So he's doing the same shit but slower. So niggas know his game, and niggas know what he's gonna do already, and he's not as athletic, and he's fat. So that shit is getting locked up every time. And then now I wonder what's gonna happen, because him and Maxey clearly haven't been getting along. The past like 3 games, them niggas kept getting into it. And then rumors been going around that he don't want Doc Rivers as the coach, and people think that he wasn't really playing good, so that they could lose and get a new coach next year and scapegoat Rivers. But guess what? Daryl Morey announced that they're gonna keep Rivers, so Doc Rivers is gonna be the coach. So I don't know if that's gonna keep Harden happy. Harden gonna have to be in the same situation, and you know how Harden is when shit is stagnant, then they get unhappy and want to dip. But I was thinking yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday I was in the shower, I was thinking, if Harden went to Atlanta, bro, that would be scary, bro. If Harden went to the Hawks, because you know Harden liked to party. You know Harden liked them strip clubs, being with them rappers, going crazy. So Atlanta's a good spot for that. They be turning up in Atlanta. They got mad rappers in Atlanta. And if Harden was in Atlanta, bro, that shit would be tough. Because I feel like that's all Atlanta is missing. They're missing that taller guard that's really a killer. Because they got everything else. They got shooters, Kevin Huerter and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Yeah. They got Bogey and Kevin Huerter. Those are 2 wing shooters. They got DeAndre Hunter. He's a big forward that could play defense, finish at the rim, and he could shoot. They got Clint Capella, which Harden used to play with in Houston. You know how they used to get down. You know Harden used to come to the lane and throw the lobs to Capella. They got Capella. They got John Collins, Solid big man that's rugged. He plays D. He's a Swiss Army knife. The nigga's out of control. He's crazy. He could shoot a little bit. He throws it on niggas. He got size. They got a Kangwoo, backup center, tall, lanky, just like Capella. So they got everything. They got size, big man. They have shooters. They have people that can play defense, but the guards are too small. Their backcourt is Trae Young and Bogey, or Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. That's not gonna cut it because Trae Young is nice, but he's mad small. And then Kevin Huerter, it can't really get his own shot like that. So they're just missing that bigger guard that can really do it all and is really a killer. And Harden can do that. If Harden and Trae Young was the backcourt, and you got shooters around them, niggas is big, niggas playing defense, that's gonna be a good team. That would be a good team. Trae Young at the point, Harden at the 2, DeAndre Hunter at the 3, John Collins at the 4, Capella at the 5. Then you got Kevin Huerter and Bogey coming off the bench shooting. I don't know, man. That sounds tough. You got Kangwoo coming off the bench. If Capella get in foul trouble, a backup big. I don't know, man. You got Gallinari coming off the bench. He could get his own buckets. You need someone one of the forwards is in foul trouble, or one of the forwards not playing good. You need someone to come in and get buckets. You got Gallo. I don't know, man. They look scary if that happens. But and Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler, like, Harden isn't the same anymore. And what's it called? Embiid wasn't there the first 2 games. And Philly didn't really do what they were supposed to do per se, but I'm not gonna say the only reason that he won is because Philly was playing bad. You got to give credit to Jimmy Butler too. Jimmy Butler was going off. He was going off every single game. Jimmy Butler, I think he has to be a top 10 player in the league, bro, because he shows up when it matters. Jimmy Butler's not a regular season player. He's a playoff player. So not only is he nice as hell, he shows up when it matters. He's a playoff player. You don't really have those type of guys. And that's why Joel Embiid misses him so much, because he's really a killer and comes when you need him. Pause. But Jimmy's a fucking dog, bro. He had a 30-something last night. He had a 40-point game in the series. Probably two more times when he had 30, 20. Like, he probably averaged like 28 for the series. Like, he killed Philly single-handedly. He had something to prove. And he had me dead last night when he walked in. Tobias Harris over me. The fuck is that? Niggas really offered Tobias Harris nearly a max deal before they signed Jimmy Butler. Tobias Harris has been the most mid player the past 3 years, bro. He's another one I want to talk about, even though I didn't really have him on my list. But I just want to say real quick, like, what the fuck is wrong with him? When he was in the Clippers, he showed so much promise. He was I won't say he was one of the best scorers in the league, but he definitely wasn't. But he was up there, bro. He was averaging like 23 a game, and he was like, Doc Rivers was showing mad promise in him. Doc Rivers was saying he was going to be one of the best players, and he was showing like crazy potential. But then when he got to Philly, he just became mad mid. His jump shot got way worse. Granted, he's probably like the 4th option on the team, but bro, you still gotta do something. Like, he's mad tall, mad lanky, and he has a shot. He just don't use that shit. And when he do, he be bricking. Like, he's so mid, bro. But Jimmy Butler, man, he's so good. Like, you gotta give him his flowers. He always shows up when it matters, and he's clutch. He's clutch. Jimmy Butler's not a guy that be in the limelight. When it comes to the regular season, you don't hear about him because he knows that shit, it don't really matter. It matters when the playoff time comes. So he do what he has to do in the regular season, and then playoff time, he brings that killer out. And a lot of niggas don't bring that killer out when it comes to playoff time because that pressure's too much. But Jimmy likes that pressure, and he is the pressure because he applies it off rip. He's a dog. He's been doing this in Chicago. Chicago, he wasn't supposed to be doing what he was doing. He was a late pick in the draft, and nobody even knew his name. But that he was working mad hard, and he was dogging niggas on the court, coming at necks, playing mad aggressive, scoring. Like, he made a name for himself. He's always been that way. And when it mattered the most, he was scoring. He was doing what he had to. And I wanted to talk about Marcus Strus. that dude could shoot the ball, bro. He could shoot the blood out that bitch. Duncan Robinson better tighten up, bro. Duncan Robinson better tighten up because that dude could replace him because Marcus Strus could shoot and he's bigger and he's more athletic than Duncan and he plays D. So Duncan Robinson need to get it together because Strus could shoot, bro. He's been consistent though. He's been consistent all playoffs. The dude hits at least 3 threes a game and his form is so pretty, bro. That dude was lighting shit up. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with Philly because Doc Rivers is coming back. I'm sure that had to do with Embiid. I'm sure Embiid wanted him to come back. Embiid probably had something to say with that. Like, I'm sure Embiid heard the rumors and was like, yo, y'all better not be trying to get rid of Doc. Like, I want Doc as my coach. And they're going to listen to Embiid. He's the franchise player. But I'm surprised they bringing back Doc because they could have easily scapegoated him. The past, 3 years, they've been getting bounced out the second or the first round every time. And they do the same thing every year. They show so much potential and they become contenders, but then they fold to a team. They fold to a team that matches up with them. They always beat a team that's better than them, but when it comes to a team that's at their level or a little bit better, they always fold. So I'm surprised about that. And lastly, we want to talk about Memphis without Ja. Memphis without Ja. Woo. I'm not gonna lie, Ja Morant, no disrespect to him or anything. I fuck with Ja Morant a lot. I like his game, but Memphis is better without him, bro. Let's just keep it real. Memphis is a better team without Ja Morant. And that's no disrespect to Ja Morant because he's a good-ass player. I love his game. And niggas know who he is. Niggas know he can get a bucket whenever he wants. And he's one of the upcoming players that's gonna take over the league soon. But as a team, I'm just saying, without him, they play better as a team. They move the ball more. Everybody gets involved. They're communicating more. They're running more. They look like they're clicking more. They look like more of a team without Ja. When they have Ja, they look like a team a little bit, but Ja's gonna have a lot of his isolation, and the focus is usually on Ja most of the time. Ja's bringing it up the court, slowing it down sometimes, but when they don't have Ja, they move so fluid, and everybody gets involved, and they look so set and they know what they're gonna do already. They beat them niggas by 50 plus, bro. It's crazy what they could do without him. If you notice, whenever they play without Ja, everybody gets in double figures, and they have at least 3 people that go off for 20 plus. Jaren Jackson, Bane, Tyus Jones, them niggas was going off the other night. 3 after 3 after 3. They just all click so well and look like they're more focused without him, But that's no disrespect to Ja. I'm just saying, when they don't have him, they look more. What's the word I'm looking for? They look more organized. They play better as a team without him, man. But yeah, man, we got good games going on. The Bucks and the Celtics playing right now, so I gotta watch that. I gotta catch up on that. See what that happens. I think Milwaukee's gonna close that out right now. I hope they do. Giannis about to get 50, you know that. But it's third take, man. I love y'all. We out. Come on.